The Ghana Premier League's return. Are you ready for the return of the Premier League and also La Liga? And are you ready for the transfer deadline day, which is coming to us on Thursday? Hello and welcome to the Sports on Prime. I'm Gary Al Smith. I've got news from all these leagues and more in the next 10 minutes. Thank you for your time. Great Olympics, that's Accra Great Olympics, will be playing in what they call the Manchester Derby. That's Olympics versus Hearts of Oak at the Accra Stadium. This will be this weekend on Sunday. Hearts of Oak are not in a good place on the table. Remember, I showed you the table yesterday. And here is Amakai Amateifio backing the Wonder Club to avoid the drop.
Nobody's happy. It is everybody's wish that Accra Great Olympics remain in the Premiership. It's a very attractive, with a lot of following, and it is our hope that we should remain in the Premiership.
And how are you able to do this?
We belong to the Premiership, and we intend to stay there. It's difficult, but we are holding on. Well, there are 6 more matches to play, and we must try not to lose any of the games. The boys must be focused. Their morale will have to be higher than it is now.
You've got a big game coming up. You play against Accra Hearts of Oak, and obviously you know how it is when you're playing against the Phobians. Yeah. What would you tell the Olympics fans out there?
Well, they should. We should remain united, and we should focus on remaining in the Premiership. And playing Accra Hearts of Oak is a very important thing for Olympics, and I hope we prevail. I believe that we should prevail, and if we are able to prevail, then that will be a great deal of impetus for the subsequent matches. Then, you know, the boys will be encouraged to play better in the subsequent matches. And
so these are the rest of the fixtures in the Ghana Premier League this weekend. Great Olympics, as I've said, will be playing Hearts of Oak, and then we will also be having Asante Kotoko versus Bolga All-Stars, Adriana versus Inter Allies, Tema Youth versus Wafa All-Stars Mediama, Dwarfs Liberty, Bichem United Ashgold, Brekum Chelsea, Elmina Sharks. All games will be on Sunday. Now, the Ghana Premier League was responsible for producing the bulk of the players that went to try and qualify for the African Nations Championships that will be held in Kenya in January of next year. As you know, the team succumbed to a defeat to Burkina Faso in Kumasi a week ago, just about 5 days ago. And there was a lot of agitation among the fans about why the team failed. Key among them was who was in charge of the team, because Maxwell Konedu, the assistant, seemed to be granting all the interviews and to be fronting when we knew that Kwesi Appiah, the main Black Stars coach, who was also in charge of this one, was largely silent. Now he has spoken.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate, you know. It's something that, you know, I really don't want to talk about, but, you know, there are so many factors that actually leads whether you win a game or you lose a game, you know. And sometimes there are situations that no one can do something about it, you know, because when we started campaign in May, you know, there were a whole group of players that we started building the team around. But when I came back from the US, I realized 7 of them have traveled. And in this situation, what can you do? They also need to go and make greener pastures for themselves and then the club. And take, for instance, Barcelona. If Neymar and Messi also leaves, there will be a big hole. So most of the time, when you build a team around some players and they leave, to get people to fill those vacuums, you know, it's always difficult. But saying that there should not be excuses for the loss, you know, is something that, you know, is unfortunate, and we just need to apologize to Kenyans and then make sure that we plan well, you know, towards our future matches. But you can't stop players from leaving. That's something that cannot be done. And maybe there should be a way, but I don't think it's possible.
Kwesi Appiah. The English Premier League returns on match day 3, and if you go to myjoyonline.com, you are going to see the predictions from the Joy Sports team. However, these are the matches that we'll be seeing. There's the Super Sunday clash between Liverpool and Arsenal, and then that is below there. There's Chelsea versus Everton, and then the rest. Bournemouth, Man City, early kickoff tomorrow. Crystal Palace, Swansea, Huddersfield, Southampton, and so on and so forth, all the way to Tottenham versus Burnley. We call it a show. Don't forget that the deadline day is approaching. Dembele, all the other players. This one will be the big one. On Thursday, the window closes. On Joy FM, we'll be having a special show, 4 hours on radio, 8 p.m. till midnight. 8 p.m. till midnight. And just as an incentive for you to listen, we'll be giving away DSTV decoders, fully connected every hour of the show. You better be with us. That will be on Thursday. I'm Gary Al Smith. That's the sport. Bye.